Yeah, I want to show some love, give some support to my boy Devin, founder of U-Talk Nation. Continuous success, brother. And all I got to say is, it ain't no me without you, baby.
Ain't no me without you, baby.
It ain't no me without you, baby.
Yeah, you talk, it's the people show. Look, you talk, let the people know. Look, yeah.
This is hurricane season. Only legends come up out there, you like Chris and Teigen. Name a letter better, W, that's what we preaching. Hurricane force winds whenever we breezing. Got rings for a reason. Look, we treat a gator like the swamp people, and Seminoles like the block people. And for my dogs, I will drive people. Just being frank, I got they flank like a cornerback. And I ain't even much a Florida cat, but hurricanes, I know more of that than most. Cause I seen them turn our houses into boats. That's that real talk, baby. I hope you was taking notes. That's the real talk, baby. Yellow Nation, coast to coast. It's that U-Talk.
Yeah.
It's U-Talk, baby.
Yeah.
It's U-Talk, baby.
#1 podcast.
Larry Frank Jr., U-Talk family, what go on, what go on? This your boy D, and y'all know I always got my guy, Mr. Larry Frank Jr. with me in the building. And y'all know how we start off every show. It ain't no us. Without you, baby. Hey, yo, what up? What up? Monday night. It's been a while, man. We wasn't planning to come back until March, but we got a special show for y'all tonight, and we're going to get right into it, man. So, shout out, man, to our super producer, the man himself, Mr. King Judge. What's going on?
Production in the building.
Hey, King Judge, what it do, man? What it do, man? So, Larry Frank, man, how you doing on this Monday night, brother?
Blessed, brother. Blessed, brother. I'm doing good. And like you said, man, we back a little bit earlier than we expected, but you know what? It was necessary. We couldn't not come back with what we're about to talk about.
Most definitely, most definitely. And before we get started, let's have a moment of silence for all you Cowboy fans. All right, man. Let's do that, man. I'm ready to get into it, man. I'm so glad all of you motherfuckers are home, man, just like my Raiders. I don't want to hear none of y'all mouth, man, so don't start with the Texans or nothing like that. Damn, the Cowboy fan, man. So let's get into it, man.
Bombs.
Bombs.
All right, we got that out the way.
We got it out the way, man. Let's get into it. So the first gentleman, man, I'm about to introduce, man. He's a former alumni with BCC, man. I'm going to bring on Mr. Mark Irvin. Let's welcome Mr. Mark Irvin, and then we're going to bring in Mr. Eugene Clapp as well,
Yes, sir.
former alumni at BCC. And y'all know we keep the GOAT in our back pocket, man. Y'all know he's in the building, man. Of course, the man himself, Mr. Melvin Brad. Let's give all of them a round of applause, y'all. Let's go!
I'm even clapping with the mayor.
Hey, hold on. Before we get started, what's up, Clap? That's my bro right there, man. I only see you on social media, Clap. You know that you get brand new.
Hey man, you know what? See, I done told all of them, Mel, but I gotta tell you too. See, Larry Frank ain't know how pretty I was until he saw me, right? Got on here and he couldn't even get off the door. He couldn't even get off the mute, but man, he was like, God damn, the brother's so pretty. I mean, I saw it in his face. See, Mark went to school with me, he saw it. You almost went to school with me because Hubbard Alexander was trying to get me. He was having hard, man. But you know, now you see it, man. So you feast your eyes on beauty, and then also understand that I am a rocket too. So put your eyes on that shit, baby. I'm a rocket. There it is. There it is, baby.
Lord, hey, listen, hey, Devin, did I tell y'all Larry Frank? Boy, you got two of the realest ones on this damn thing here.
Bro, I told Larry Frank. I said, man, Mr. B said that, man.
Yep.
Hey,
so let's go around the room, man. Let's go.
Hey, no. Hold on, man. Listen. Do you honestly show that thumbnail, that intro video only when I'm on? You put me on there. Just be honest, man. Just tell the truth, Larry Frank. I ain't gonna ask him. Is that universal or that's just when Mel B come on? He put it on. Tell the truth.
That's universal. That's the official.
I need to talk to the engineer. I need to talk to the engineer. I don't believe that nigga.
LB, what's going on with you, man?
Man, hey, Mark, well, you finna go to Strawberries, boy. You got your hat on.
No, brother. Hey, I'm
Clap,
bald, so I keep my hat on, man.
Clap, he right here like he on 15. That,
Yeah,
Well,
you
you
know,
know,
ain't no 15 no more. That shit gentrified now. You know?
Yeah, they don't regenify it.
Yeah. Well, no, go ahead, Dale, man. Let's go to this show. Listen, let's
man,
do
I
the
mean,
abbreviation. No, we got to say Bethune-Cookman College. You just can't say BCC. You got to give them their props.
Without a doubt.
Bethune-Cookman College, not BCC. They may think that's a private school or a hockey school or something. I don't know.
No. Bethune-Cookman College, brother. Headed by, during my time and Clapp's time, by Coach Larry Little, man.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
But go ahead, Dale. Go ahead, Larry. Y'all can jump in, man. I'll tell you what. The reason why we here, you talk. All right, Mark Irvin, my former teammate, in high school. Also, Little League. We played against each other. I ain't gonna get into that. Say how they throw rocks at us every time we beat them. At Lake Lucerne. So when Mark had hit me, man, was very passionate this weekend, and he was very, very disappointed in the Ed Reed situation. So the reason why I'm here, y'all, I mean, all y'all, not the Rattler fans, y'all BCC, Bethune-Cookman, Wildcats, which I love. My first girlfriend went there. She cheated on me, and I hurt.
Don't have me to tell you that story.
Boy, shut up, boy. Shut up. All right, boy. I'm gonna start crying on the phone. But no, real talk, man. So Mark reached out to me, and he really was like, really hurt and frustrated, with the situation with Ed Reed. And that's why I'm on speaking from a Hurricane perspective. I want to let the fans know, Bethune-Cookman and the U fans, we're going to touch with these two young men. I know Clapp, so I know Mark Irvin, and they're very passionate young brothers that from South Florida who basically, they love the game like all of us, the U. So I'm kind of, when I called Deb and Larry Frank, I said, man, I think we need to get them on this show, let them have this platform, let them speak to their people, and hopefully the university picks us up, and not a derogatory way. We're not coming at you all. Let's get that disclaimer out the way now. This is not the swag.
Lost him. He'll come right back.
Come on back, MB.
People calling, man. I'm on my cell phone. But so anyway, the SWAC or the MEAC where y'all play that. It's just like I said, man. We just want to share some light, to the fans and the family that so Bethune-Cookman is up in uproar right now, and these brothers want to kind of speak their mind on how they feel about the situation with Ed Reed being I don't know what it's called, let go, departed, broke up, they done busted up or whatever, they done quit each other. I don't know what's going on, but let's hear from the fellas.
Melvin, when I called you, I was really in my feelings, man. And what I know of Brother Ed comes through you and a few others. But what I saw passion. I saw the same type passion that Coach Little had. I saw that love, and it irritated me to the point that my spirit was vexed. And I had to call you. Not knowing that you had connections with these two brothers. But I voiced my opinion, and what I believe I saw the same thing in which I experienced during my time at Cookman. Of course, Coach Little, Hall of Famer, 2 Super Bowl championships, a great person. And in fact, I call him my pops. And had he not given me a scholarship, I believe, Melvin, I would have been dead within those first 4 years. Personally all the bullshit that I was in. And had he not given me a scholarship, I would have been dead. He taught us about the game of football, but he had a way of relating it to life. And he would always say, football prepares you for life. And there are times that you would lose a game or two, or maybe all of them, just as you would lose things and people in life. But it's not about that loss, but it's about how you respond to that loss. And I carry that with me to this very day. And so what we know, and when I say we, I'm speaking of Clapp and I, what we know of Coach Little and his name carried more weight, in my opinion. His name carried more weight than our former president, President Bronson. And again, this is me talking. So if I'm wrong, I ask for forgiveness, but I do believe his name carried far more weight than President Bronson. And sometimes that can produce envy, jealousy. I don't want to say hatred, but it definitely can produce envy and jealousy. He reached the plateau just as Brother Ed Reed did. And what I saw from my vantage point is the connections that Ed Reed had, not only in the NFL, but around the country, that could have been very beneficial to the young men that he would have coached and the young men within the campus. We may never see the value due to the fact that he's no longer with us. But again, man, I was hurt because I believe he could have made a difference in the life of many players, and not just the players. See, what we have to keep in mind, Melvin, is that, you know, when you're dealing with great men such as Coach Little and Ed Reed and others, they are a physical representation through which it's a lens through which a child could aspire to be great because they identify with the greatness of these men. But on the other hand, if they only see mediocrity, they'll be what? Mediocre. And so I'm looking at what he could have done for the university. And it's not just about football. Excuse me. It's not just about football, but it's about life. And I believe he could have made an impact on so many at Bethune-Cookman, man. I have the tendency of talking, and I don't want it to be about just me. So I'm gonna open up the floor to Eugene Clapp and allow you to bring forth your opinion in regards to this as well, brother. Clapp? Hello?
Okay, well, you know, Mark, you said a might in what you said, but I'm gonna take it from a different perspective because, can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take it from a little bit different perspective than you did, Mark. I'm what you call legacy at Bethune-Cookman. My whole family went to Bethune-Cookman and graduated from Bethune-Cookman. My mother went there. My father went there. I almost ended up at UM because Hubbard Alexander wanted to get me. Willie Smith had just left. They needed a pass catching tight end. And they were after me, but because, like Mark said, our relationship with Coach Little and knowing Coach Little and knowing that when you went there, he was going to look out for you, weighed in my decision to attend Bethune-Cookman. And Mark, and the whole panel, what was different was this. Yes, Coach Little's a Hall of Famer just like Ed Reed. But when we were there, we were insulated. Remember, Coach Sy was a Bethune-Cookman graduate. Beverly was a Bethune-Cookman graduate. Sheffield was a Bethune-Cookman graduate. Coach Lowell was a Bethune-Cookman graduate. Coach Blackman was an HBCU graduate. So we had all HBCU graduates there. Now, when we start talking about the business aspects of this, you can't play checkers and playing chess. And I'm going to admit to you all, when Ed Reed was tapped to be the coach of BCC's football team, and I still call it BCC, not BCU, I wasn't happy. And the reason I wasn't happy not because of Ed Reed. I was happy because I knew this scenario was going to play out just like it played out. So now I'm gonna take you all back to 1953 when my mom first got there. You know, like I was sharing with Larry, Frank, and D before y'all came on here, I was sharing about the black college experience and why HBCUs came into existence in the first place. They came into existence because we else. We couldn't go to you couldn't go to Florida State. We couldn't go to none of this. So we had to have HBCUs. And the HBCUs, the majority of them were not designed to be big colleges. I mean, maybe Howard University was, maybe Tuskegee, but Cookman was never designed to have almost 4,000. You think about Atlanta when you have Morehouse, Clark, Spelman, and other schools sitting right there by each other. Those colleges were designed to be small colleges where African American students could go to learn and get a higher education.
Right.
And then we got into the aspects of football. Now we know that our black colleges had the best talent back then because they couldn't go anywhere else. And
Without a
football
doubt.
is a business. And let's think about Carl Gables, man. Let's think about Carl Gables. Nobody thought about the U until they started winning. Nobody
Fact.
thought about University of Miami Harvard. When you all went there and started winning, man, I mean, everybody wants to be with the U. You got people right now can't hardly speak English, and this is what you seeing them do. You seen them put up the U sign. I mean, it's a brand, and it was built. And yeah, it's the truth. They got no habla English, but you know, they speaking that shit. But it's because of football. It galvanized a whole city. When you think about Daytona Beach is a small place. Before Daytona State College became an actual college, it was DBCC. Then you had Embry-Riddle, Howard University. Cookman was the deal, man. I mean, Mark can tell you played football for Cookman back in the 80s. You were like a superstar, man. You go anywhere, they know you a football player, man. Hey, you in there. But what happened this time with Ed Reed? He went into a situation. He went into a situation, man, where they don't have this man something. And he was there for the right reason. The students. But when you have a board of trustees, when you have administrators who have been stealing, but this is the kind of problem you run into. Transcendent moment in Bethune-Cookman College's history. Going to take that next step to really be recognized as Bethune-Cookman University, or we're going to always stay small potatoes as BCC and then maybe even cease to exist as a college. So these are the things we have to do. I'm going to tell you a story my mama told me. She said her first year, she was on campus with 1953. My mom was from Jacksonville, Florida. And she came from, a pretty well-to-do family because what happened in Jacksonville, you either ran Bolita with numbers or you did the Madam C.J. Walker Perot hair. So her grandma was a hairstylist with the Madam C.J. Walker Perot. She had her uncle who ran Bolita, and her stepfather was a plasterer. So, they were living kind of good in Jacksonville. But she said they all knew on campus that if President Richard V. was walking around with some white folks, that all you did was just come along and play the game whenever he approached you. So she said she was going to class one day, and she said she saw Richard V. Moore, and he called her over, and he talked very southern, and he had, "Come here, baby, how you doing?" So she walked over to him, and he put his hand on her shoulder, and he turned around to the white people and say, "Now you see this pretty chocolate girl right here? She come from a poor family in Georgia. She come from a poor family in Georgia, and she could have never got here if it wouldn't have been for the benevolence of you white folks. You good white folks are making it possible for these little chocolate babies like this to come to school." Now, they all knew to go ahead and fall in line with that. Now, let me tell you where I'm going with this story. We talk about Ed Reed. We talk about the celebrity he had. We talk about the people that he could have possibly gotten to come in that school. The same thing happened back then, because Miss Bethune, Mary McLeod Bethune, was good friends with who? She was good friends with Eleanor Roosevelt, who was the wife to who? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was who? The president.
Correct.
So guess what? Because of that relationship, you had all these white people who would come in and donate to Cookman because of the celebrity of Mary McLeod Bethune and because of her contacts and relationships. So the same thing happened here. Ed Reed had contacts and relationships. Tell you this, I'm gonna call bullshit on millionaires that's coming in there. He probably had a few millionaires that was coming in there, but the billionaires and all that stuff they're saying, you know, it take a lot of money to be a goddamn billionaire. Ain't many of them just floating around. You know what I'm saying? But he still had people who were willing to invest in the school. But Mark, you hit on something very important. When you, and because of what they rather go with and let the whole shit fall apart than to go ahead and possibly give you your roses. And Ed Reed wasn't looking for no roses. Ed Reed was there for those student athletes. I don't know if you all saw Roland Martin today. I started looking at it at 6 to 8 o'clock. He came on as the interim president. And let's back that shit up. We don't even have a president at Cookman. He's an interim president. We don't have nobody lead. We don't have nobody lead the ship. We don't have a captain of the ship. So you got somebody who has been installed by the board of trustees who came on tonight and said trying to save the board of trustees. And the man was flat out lying with all the shit he was saying. Because guess what? It didn't add up with what Ed Reed said. It didn't add up with what the 3 football players came on and said. You know, how the hell can you have the most uniforms in black college football? You look like goddamn Oregon out there with all the uniforms you have. But you all got to share helmets? That don't make no sense. When they start talking about the mold and all this. And let's get away from football right now. Let's talk about the big picture. The big picture is that Cookman's in trouble. And just like I told D and I told Larry, in the Roman times, what do? When the citizens got restless in the Roman times, the emperor would say, oh God, let's go ahead, let's have a big event in the Colosseum. And they'll forget about what's going on. What's happening with it. It's the same shit, man. Okay, we're gonna get Ed Reed to come. Oh, we're gonna say, yeah, Ed Reed. Then all of a sudden, everybody said, oh, Ed Reed, yeah, he's gonna fix it. I don't give a damn if they hired Nuke Rodney. If you ain't got no money in place, you can't fix nothing. Do not forget that 4 years ago, just from the football team, they took $1.3 million just from the football team. Not only did they take $1.3 million away from the football team, they had the best training staff in the country, PWI or HU, and they fired all of them. So you don't have staff to help your students out in sports if they get hurt. You take $1.3 million away from the football team and you expect to be competitive? How the hell that add up? Y'all help me with that. How can you compete with that? You can't compete. It does not matter who's the coach. If you don't have the resources, you can't coach. And even though this man is passionate about what he's doing and he shows that passion, people don't appreciate that passion. They don't appreciate it.
Now I'll say this. I'll say this, Clapp, because I'm definitely a passionate person. I played football with that kind of energy. I literally played football to decapitate somebody, so I can appreciate that kind of passion that he had. While I appreciate that, I have to also acknowledge the fact that if there was a problem, and apparently it was, you go behind closed doors and you iron out those problems, and then you come to the forefront. You come to the public as a unified front. Now, Brother Reed, I believe he is not as savvy with oratorical skill as Coach Little is. And not being as savvy, he made that mistake. However, with Cookman being a Methodist college with the tenets of Christianity, there's something called forgiveness. And I believe they should have forgave that brother and allow him to have the opportunity to make an impact on human life, man. Again, and I have to go back to Coach Little. Yeah, I made some wrong goddamn decisions. And it led me into a life where, yeah, I touched millions of dollars, but damn it, I suffered. I suffered. And if Ed Reed was given an opportunity as Coach Little gave me an opportunity, then I believe he could have made a great impact. He could have brought money to that university to a point where we could be competitive. I believe we missed an opportunity.
But
I pray that some kind of way they can forgive him and allow him to be a part of the family again.
Let me say something, Mark.
Yes.
Mark,
hold
they ain't
on.
gonna do that. Mark, that ain't gonna happen.
Hey, Clapp. Let me chime in. One of the callers, one of your guests, Dev and Larry, Diaz. He typed something in about Ed Reed. About don't quote me, but he basically Ed Reed to have people skills and can't be coached and talking. First of all, Mr. Diaz, thank you for joining the show. Number one. Number two, you don't know what the hell you talking about. All right. Number one, because the reason why Ed Reed is so passionate. That you that sit behind Larry Frank right now, and that jersey that Devin has on right now, and this show called You Talk, the mindset of us, we felt that we are never out of game. Mark Irvin knows, and Clapp knows, being at Central, our rivalries, our South Florida players in Florida, period, our mindset is different. All right. So therefore, he took his passion and everything. So should he have said this, whatever? It could have been me because it'd have been worse. I'd have said something worse than what the hell he said. Real talk. But the thing is, when you're tired and you're giving your all.
There it is. That's right.
That you know what I'm saying? That's the passion that he has. So guess what? When FAMU plays Bethune-Cookman, and if it's 3rd and 11 on the 40, we got 20-some seconds left. Guess what? Ed Reed mindset from that interview on that every day that he's instilling into those guys, the mindset of we'll never quit. The fourth quarter, those four fingers came from us in high school. And then we took it to the UM. We never believed we was out of a game. So y'all got to understand, once you get into a kid's psychological mindset, they'll do anything. And so Ed, in 2 weeks, all right, 2 weeks, this kid has made an impact to these kids in 2 weeks. And let me go rewind. Hey, hold on, Clapp. I'm going back to what you said as far as the impact financially. We ain't gonna bring Dion up. That's a whole other deal. This is about you all. This is about Ed Reed. It's about Bethune-Cookman College University, quote unquote. I got wind that has bought Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, James, and there's some more names that I didn't get. They were looking at properties with there's some land or something within the y'all school vicinity of Plaza something. They were going to invest, bring various things there to help lift the school and take a portion of that to put towards the university and the football program. So now y'all want to sit here to worry about somebody screaming or whatever. I don't give a damn. This dude was coming to make an impact on the field and off the field, and it's going to help other students that's not football or basketball or golf or soccer, whatever it is, individual black students that need an opportunity, man. And y'all alumni is so strong, bro. I mean, yeah, go ahead, Clapp.
Well, Melvin, let me say this. The relationship that we had during my time at Cookman with the community, it wasn't the best. I can recall literally having to run back to the unit, or well, to the dorm, because I was out there bobbing from Chickasaw. But nevertheless, Ed Reed, from my understanding, he got out into the streets. So I can appreciate the grassroots because you're making a connection with the school, the university, and the community, and you need it. So I can appreciate all that. Without a shadow of a doubt, I can appreciate all that. Again, I believe he could have bought to us everything that we needed financially to make that program a winning program. But as I stated earlier about Coach Little being a Hall of Famer, just as Ed Reed is, I believe he was a brighter light than the administration. And when you are a brighter light, then you're going to create opposition.
And Mark and all y'all, let me tell you this too. Yeah, Mel, he had all those other guys, but you got to think about who we're dealing with. We're dealing with crooks. We're dealing with criminals. The board
I
of
ain't
trustees.
I ain't say that, y'all.
Minister. No.
No, let me speak.
I said it.
I
said it. And I stand behind what I say. You see what I'm saying? So now, if he's bringing in that kind of money, it can't be controlled by the board of trustees. It can't be controlled by the administrator. So that's what? It can't be stolen. Gonna be a lot of eyes on that money. So let's talk about that elephant in the room right now too. Not only did he have more of a platform as far as visibility, but if he brings those money in from those guys, they're gonna bring in their accountants, and they're gonna look at where every penny goes, and then you won't have people able to steal. Think about that deal that they did when they had the president there. He got his boy, who was a contractor out of New York, and they built a dorm that was like $14 million with a 40-year mortgage on it. And every year, the payments went up. They're going to pay about $100 million for a dorm that only costs $14 million at a little historically black that has less than 4,000 students who pay $30,000 a year. And we have an alumni association that sued. They got sued by the board of trustees and put a cease and desist order. The National Alumni Association had bought money in Newman for years. And right now, the giving has gone from 12% down to 1%. And Roland Martin alluded to that on his program tonight. When you got 12% that goes down to 1% in giving, that's a big fucking problem, y'all. That's a big problem. And no matter how much we give, as former graduates of Bethune-Cookman College or Bethune-Cookman University or whatever you want to call it, we cannot get out of the hole that we're in because for decades we have been robbed blind by the presidents of the colleges, by the people of the colleges, by some of the people who were in administration, and by these board of trustees. And they'll say it never happened. They're lying, because if it never, where the hell are all the money going? You understand what I'm trying to say? Why aren't the services there that should be there?
Hey, hold on.
Wait, I gotta get this out. You know?
Go ahead.
I mean, my thing is Mark can tell you this. Mark can tell you this, man. When we used to go to the cafeteria, and I'm not lying, we used to get fed hot dogs and potato chips. I'm not bullshitting you. And sometimes they put potato chips on the plate. They grab the plate back from you and knock off a few potato chips. Am I lying, Mark? Am I lying, Mark?
No, literally, you're speaking fact. You're speaking fact.
Am I lying? It was so bad, y'all. Until I told my mama, I say, listen, I don't want nothing for Christmas but a coupon book to Morrison's, because we got a Morrison's restaurant right up by our campus. And all I want is a coupon book to Morrison's. And she got me 3 coupon books to Morrison's. And I would go up there on the weekend and ate something so I wouldn't have no damn hot dogs and potato chips for lunch. So when you start talking about running an athletic program, it's hard to compete if you're eating that. When you start talking about a school with students, it's hard. And Jose Perez said it too. We had a guy we called Pop. We had a damn the drinks they put the saltpeter in the drinks, and he wore this yellow glove, a spoon about this long, his arm all in the goddamn punch, just stirring it around. I ain't lying about that either. That happened. This is the kind of stuff, but we knew it. We loved Bethune-Cookman, but it's a different day and age. Me as an alumni, am I supposed to donate money when I know my shit's getting stolen? Am I supposed to donate anything?
It's Utah,
or
baby.
even care when I know you ain't involved?
I'll say this, Clapp. After I got out of federal prison, I came home to close to $500,000. But while in prison, I read a book by Dr. Dr. Anderson. He was a lawyer. He was an attorney. Damn, Clapp, help me with his name. Anderson Hill. That's right.
Anderson Hill.
Anderson Hill.
Yeah.
And so when I read that book, he began to remove the scales from my eyes in regards to what was taking place at that time. And with me coming home to that kind of money, I refused to send it. I refused to, and I didn't. I took too many chances to allow my money to go in the pockets of somebody without asking me. Yeah, the money may have been a little dirty, but power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't know too many Patricia Newkirks. And Melvin, I'll say this due to the fact that her son, Rory had roughly $600,000 in a vase in a dining room, and his mother didn't want no parts of it. So I don't know too many people who have that kind of integrity that she had. So I refused to be I didn't graduate, but I refused to be someone to send my hard-earned money, despite how I got it, for it to line up somebody's pockets. No, that wasn't gonna be me.
Hey,
so
Mark,
go
ahead. I want Devin and Larry Frank to jump in and give you a point. No, ride. I mean, this is straightforward, man. I appreciate this.
Yes.
Well, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, not me. I'm saying Larry Frank. Y'all good? All right, listen, man. But I want to, these brothers, like, one thing I can say, you know what I'm saying, it's so much anger and hurt, you know what I'm saying, I understand that. And then one of the things that I did, and to have my university hurt, and I can say this now because we got the right guy in the seat with Cristobal in the seat, I was hurt. And y'all know how it was when I did the I did the round table at the University of Miami, and I had Jesse Armstead flying from New York. We had Clapp and Mark. We had almost, and Devin was there. I had about 30, 40. Albert Bentley, Eddie Brown, Jesse Armstead, Bain. AC. We had a room full, but we came together. That's called brotherhood. That's that you, and that's that bond that Ed is bringing to Bethune-Cookman, and that's why I wanted this platform to have this from y'all. And here, when I heard Clapp was coming on, I said yes. He gonna speak at 100, and Mark, you the same way. I don't want nobody gonna be sugarcoating it and not be able to talk, because that's just us. But the thing is, we stepped up and said Manny Diaz was not the guy for us. And guess what? His ass is in Penn State coaching linebackers and defense on the other side over there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against him as a person. His father was a strong politician in Miami. I got love for the father. But some guys ain't supposed to be put in certain positions. Ed was the guy and was putting, God sent Ed Reed over to you all. And I'm going to tell you, I was surprised he took the job. Ed was at the University of Miami. He had a cushion job. He would play golf 3-4 days a week and then show up at the games on Saturday at the U. Okay, period. And was making a nice salary. So for him to take that, and then hold on top of that, Clap, he bought his own nephew or cousin or somebody that transferred in
from Southern.
Right, it was his nephew. It was his nephew.
And he talked tonight. He talked about that tonight on Roland Martin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was his nephew.
Yeah.
It's sad, you know what I'm saying, that you know, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Coming out of high school to see these top 5 stars and 4 stars that Dion has brought to the HBCUs, they're looking at the black colleges, Howard University. Edgar James sent his son up there to Howard. The running back could have went anywhere in the country. Dog, listen, when I came out, Mark, you don't even know this. I wanted to take a trip to a historical black college. I begged these people to. Yes, it was James American with the Jackson State. I think it was Southern or one of them.
No, he went to Jackson. He went to Jackson State.
No, Southern or one of those schools. I think it was Grambling. They came to the school. They walked past me, and I said, "Sir," I introduced myself. I said I would like to take a trip. You know what that man told me? Man, stop playing with me, man. Y'all, you finna waste my money, whatever. You ain't even consider no black college. And I got into it with Miss FAMU. I don't know what year she was. She got upset with me in the room, and we was in the hallway down there with in Payback in that area. This girl would actually attack me like verbally, like, y'all black athletes, y'all think y'all better than so. Y'all taking all y'all talent to the white colleges and whatever. And one thing I said to her, I said, ma'am, no disrespect, but I would not be on TV for the 4 years I've been at University of Miami. So I'm not being derogatory towards black colleges, but our presence as far as us to get to the next level, which I'm playing for a degree and to go to the NFL, that at that time wasn't there. Y'all on ESPN 1, 2, 3, 4, you on everything. Black colleges is getting a whole lot of exposure. Ed Reed would have took Bethune-Cookman, and now the draft 2 years ago, I got the safety Marquise Bell that played at FAMU last year. He's with the Cowboys. He made a play last night with that kid fumble, number 41, when undrafted. Man, the things that this kid struggled, I saw that his dorm, the money was today, it was going on at FAMU right now. There's no way those kids should have been eligible against North Carolina, one of the biggest game, a money game for that school to help. This time, Marquise didn't have food to eat. The rent, the Pell Grant money wasn't on time. These kids about to get evicted out of there. I went through that with this kid for 2 years and seeing this. So this is some personal that I experienced this last year. So they ain't talking about when y'all played. The same thing happened with y'all back then. It's still happening today. Something got to change, bro. They got to change.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and sometimes,
and you know, I'm gonna tell you what I think though.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But you know what, gentlemen, I do think that even if Ed Reed never coaches a down for Cookman, Reed has become very instrumental in what's about to happen with Bethune-Cookman. Because guess what? It's like Pandora's box. That lid is open now, and even though people speculated and some of us knew what's going on, now it's on a national scale. You got people's tongues wagging about this and lips and gums bumping about this all over the U.S. and it's out there. So guess what happens? When things get sensationalized and things get put on Front Street, you gotta change. You can't just sweep it back up under the rug and say, "Oh, it's not going to happen." And I'm gonna tell you this about a lot of my Cookman brothers and sisters, because I talked to a lot of them on the phone today and by text, wondering what the hell I was gonna say. Oh God, you know, don't say anything embarrassing, but the truth is the truth. You can't keep things in house, and it's them to get better. To go ahead, you got to address the problem. You got to address whatever the cancer is, and you got to cut the cancer out to heal. And right now, we know that the cancer at Bethune-Cookman is the board of trustees and is some of the administration of. It's a gentleman on here right now, Jose Perez. Jose is a good friend of mine. Jose was very active in BCC's Booster Club, Alumni Association, and Jose knew everything that was going on, and he called it out. He called it out back in 2015. He and a few other people. And guess what? They wanted to shun him and shun those other people and shut them up. But he called it out. This ain't nothing new. This went on in the 90s. It went on in the 80s. It went on in the 70s. It went on in the 60s. It went on in the 50s. This is nothing new. You have people who are coming to Cookman who look like you and I, who are coming under the guise of being Christians at a Christian school, and they're the biggest gangsters out there because they robbing us blind. And everything now has come to the forefront, and everybody's trying to scramble and lie and say, oh, no, this is not happening. Oh, we should keep it in-house. Miss me with that bullshit, man. Let's do the right thing for the school so our alums can start giving. Let's get from that 1%. Let's get from that 1% and get back to the 12% or higher and put the pride back in the school, because shit, going to homecoming or going to the classic, that ain't pride. I'm the only two things you do, that ain't pride.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Me, myself, I ain't never been invited to the barbecue. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because I'm going to open my mouth and say what the hell I feel, and I don't care how anybody feels about it. Right. So a lot of times, no, I ain't one of the favorite people. I don't give a shit. I ain't trying to be like that no way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, I'm telling you right now.
Larry, hey, Mark. Let Larry get in. Larry, go ahead, Larry. You got something to say.
Yeah, I just got one thing to say, man. One thing that's really disturbing me, and I saw it a lot after the news broke over the weekend about Ed Reed. I saw people saying that he's a head job, he's a nutcase, he's got mental problems. Let me tell y'all something. Before Ed Reed went to Miami, and I can say this because he ain't but 35 minutes from where I'm from, right up the street, Ed Reed was a 2-star who I only got 2 offers. Tulane and Miami. LSU didn't even look at Ed Reed. The same Ed Reed that you saw in the IG Live video. Go back to the halftime speech, and I'm going to quote it. I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin said dominate, and we ain't doing it. I put my heart and soul into this shit. Let's go. Ed Reed is not a head case. Ed Reed is passionate. He's been passionate. Remember in Straight Outta Compton, what was Ice Cube's line? Speak a little truth and people lose their minds. All right. Without a doubt. I watched the Roland Martin. I caught the end of it. I missed it. I caught the end of it, but I caught Ed Reed's part where he was talking about the conditions at Bethune. And what really hit me was when Ed Reed said that there's a cage or a gate that is not secured, where you got homeless people in that area, and you've got cheerleaders, and you've got students, and you've got panhandlers around there begging the students for money. And even he said one of his kids actually gave one of the homeless people money. So the point I'm making is, why must Ed Reed be a head case? Because he's passionate and emotional. I don't agree with the cursing and the profanity. I get that and I understand that. But the message was the message. It had to be said, because if he don't say it, guess what? I don't open up my phone today and hear about the helmets being shared. I don't hear about the mold and everything else that's going on. You don't see the students protesting right now. You don't hear everybody getting vocal about it. So you know what? If Ed Reed don't say nothing, then these problems continue.
Ed Reed don't say nothing, then these problems continue.
Right. He opened the door. You know, with his passion, and I have absolutely nothing against cussing. Hell, I probably curse worse than him. But one thing that I believe Coach Little understood, he understood the 90 players that he had. He knew the various personalities, and he would cuss the hell out of me. But he knew that I could take it, and it was sending a message to those who couldn't take it. And they fell in line.
Wait a minute. Hey, Mark, stop. Look, Mark Irvin was Coach Lewis' little son. Mark Irvin was Coach Lewis' son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But he cussed the hell out of me, though, Clapp. He cussed the hell out of me now. I love him. I mean,
he did
man,
something. He did sometimes.
No, he got on me, Clap. He got on me. He got on me, man. But I knew how to stay out of his way too, because Coach Little is a big dude. And so, in all sincerity, man, I wouldn't necessarily say I was afraid of him, but Coach Little, man, he's a man's man. He probably wouldn't complete a sentence without cussing, but he knew who could take it, and
Mark,
he knew who couldn't take it.
Hey, Mark, let me chime in. So I want to ask y'all a question.
Hey, Mark,
this is you and Mark. Okay, this doesn't happen. All right, so that was yesterday. If you guys are in charge, what direction would y'all go right now? But this situation just happened, and that's yesterday. Today, if you two was the president and the next making decisions, where do y'all go right now?
Brother, I would go behind closed doors and I'll rectify the problem that I was having with Ed Reed. I would understand that he's able to do more for the university than what I probably would be able to do based on his name, based on his connections. And I pray I would have sense enough to put my ego in check, because I believe this man has those athletes' best interests at heart. And I hope that I would have been able to see that and allow him to take the steering wheel. So I would have stayed in my lane. I believe I would have stayed in my lane.
All right, Clap. What was your thoughts?
Number one, what I would have done first of all, when he got there, I was parent and truthful with them.
Hey, Clap, you got some feedback. Clap, you got some feedback.
With small
feedback. You got some feedback in your system.
You still hear that feedback?
Go ahead.
I don't know that.
He sound all right, Melvin.
Maybe it's me. You got the flea market headset from the flea market.
Hey Melvin, you missed the improv yesterday.
I got to put this thing back here. Hold on.
Yeah, Melvin, you missed the improv, man. They had a mic for you.
Hey, brother Devin, what you got to say, brother D?
No, I was gonna ask you now. But you already asked the question. I was just gonna ask.
I got feedback going on.
There you go, Clap. Go ahead.
Everybody good?
Hold on, let me try to get the audio. Let me do it.
Check the volume. I think if whoever got if it's coming through the speakers or whatever, like cut your speakers down, because I think it's picking up what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, I did that. I cut the speakers down. Let me see something.
You good? Go ahead, run it.
Go ahead.
Oh, hear me? Hear me better?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get back.
Somebody said he got a cricket phone.
Who said that?
Man, listen, Clap, you make too much money over there with that cricket phone, bro.
Oh man, Mel, how's you doing, man?
Everybody good. But listen. But that's the thing is, like I said, man, Devin, you and Larry Frank, I appreciate y'all, man, because if it weren't for you guys doing this last minute and Mark yesterday, it wouldn't be. And kudos to y'all and all you Cookman fans that's on that came through Martin, came through, you know what I'm saying, as far as Clap. I want y'all to support these brothers, man. They do great things. They do great interviews. They have either another segment where they do entrepreneurship on early in the week, you know what I'm saying, like a Tuesday, like relatives, you know what I'm saying. They had my missus on talking about real estate, you know what I'm saying. So I want you, the Cookman family, to come out and continue to support Utah.
Let me know if you want to hear.
Yeah, we hear you now better, man. You took the old flea market damn headphones off. I appreciate them taking them cheap ass headsets off. Go ahead, Clap. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure you can take off the headphones. But like I was saying, if
take
I
the flea
was
market
the person
headphones off, right.
As the president.
Take it.
Hey, I boosted these from somewhere years ago. You see, I gotta buy me some, okay?
Well, go ahead, Clap. Go ahead. Give me your
headphones. I gotta go and buy me some. No, if I leave this college, first thing I would have done, I would have sat down with Ed Reed and told him just what the environment was in case he didn't know. And then my thing is, hey, this is what we're looking for. This is what we need. We understand who you are. I'd have assured him that it was no jealousy there. And, we're going to run with what you can do. But I also would have told him, listen, we understand your passion. You're going to have to tighten up the way you talk a little bit. Because right now, what happened on the Roland Martin show? All of us right here, we know we know his passion. But it came across a different kind of way to a lot of people who don't know that. They want to put the label on the man that he's unstable, that he's unhinged. And, that cannot be. That cannot be because he's not that. He's passionate about what he's passionate about those kids. Now, do I think that he should have a spokesperson? You damn right I think he should have a spokesperson. We saw that tonight. But it does not take away what he is trying to do, not only for the football team at Cookman, but for the school as a whole. But like I said again, let's circle back around to the money. They would not be able to control what is done with those dollars. And it's much easier to paint a man as unhinged or a crazy man. Go ahead and say, you know what, let me subjugate him so I can work with this man and he can help our school and our football program reach heights that it probably before. I mean, think about it. Cookman had championship teams with Wyatt. They had championship teams with Brian Jenkins. They had championship teams. We've had championship programs before. But this right here could have taken us to another level.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. We missed a real opportunity. We missed a great opportunity.
Hold on, Mark. Larry, can you talk about coaches in the past, like the Woody Hayes of the world, that put their hands on players on national TV, and it's okay for the Caucasian dude to do that and nobody get disciplined or talked about, so that's get pushed on the rug? You had a couple guys that coaches had displayed improper, undue to players and actually done certain things. But go ahead, talk about that, right?
Yeah, we talked about that the other night. I mean, I had a discussion with a couple of guys, and they were like, Ed Reed was out of line for this, and he's out of pocket for this. But I'm like, well, wait a minute. Talking about he's not exuding what a coach should be, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. You had Bo Schembechler and Woody Hayes throwing hands, on the field. You had Bobby Knight throwing chairs across the court and choking players and stuff like that. Why wasn't it a problem with that? Because that got physical. Just because somebody is getting on here and they're using today's era of social media to be able to put out their opinion and physically show you what's going on. Yes, he did use profanity, but he showed you. You saw the trash. You saw the intramural field. You saw the condition of the track. He showed it to you. Why is it a double standard for those coaches that I named before, oh, they were passionate. You know, they get the pass and all of that. But guess what? If Ed Reed throws hands with somebody post game or something like that, it's a problem. I can go back to the end of Alabama State and Jackson State. Prime has his ritual where Prime's walking around the field doing his thing. Eddie Robinson gets mad. Prime goes to shake his hand, and what happens? Eddie Robinson pushes him away. They make a spectacle out of each other. Well, Prime didn't make a spectacle, but I mean the situation became a spectacle. Then Eddie Robinson goes on to say, "You ain't swag." You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Things get blown up when you start looking at our side of things. And the thing about it is, and I hate to say it, but black people are each other's worst enemy in so many ways because of the double standard. And that's the sad part. This crab in a bucket mentality that we got, it starts on a smaller level, but now it's reaching these institutions, and it's got to stop. So yeah, that's what I was getting at the other night when those guys was like giving those other guys, Bobby Knight and them, a pass for getting physical and being unruly on the court. But Ed Reed just happens to vocalize itself with profanity. Oh, he's the problem.
Well, fellas, I mean, anything else? Mark, go ahead, Clapp. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, you know what, and that's ironic. He's the problem, but the criminals are not the problem. I mean, I don't understand that. You put a man humanity over people who are stealing money by the thousands and the tens of thousands and have been doing it for years. But you want to cite that this man is unhinged because he used profanity, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to say it again. Yeah, but everything ain't not even close. Starting with the leadership.
Well, cool, man. Devin, anything you want to, we've been on for an hour. You know what I'm saying? I know we can ride out, man, but I just want these brothers to get a chance to have this platform to be able to express their feelings. And we just pray, you know what I'm saying? Let's pray for Cookman. You know what I'm saying? Let's pray for those kids who's going through that. They done been through a lot as it is, you know what I'm saying? And this has opened up a lot of doors and a lot of direction. And I think it's going to be positive. This is going to turn out to be positive for you all, man. So we're going to lift y'all up in prayer. And Dev, you want to kind of run us out of here, man? It's 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I know you got to go ahead and wash dishes, you know what I'm saying, and clean up.
Clapp, you see him, Clapp? No, I just want Mr. Clapp and Mr. Irvin, man. You guys go ahead and give them your handles and tell them, man, a little bit about you, man. I know you guys are businessmen too, so kind of tell them a little bit about you, man, and what you got going on before we get out of here.
Go ahead, Mark. You start first, sir.
Go ahead, Mark.
We can't hear you, Mark.
You're the oldest.
Mark, we can't hear you. You got on mute.
Gotcha.
All right, there you go. You know, using them Title I classes. You had your classes in that portable in the back there.
My oratorical skill is on point. I learned more in federal prison than I did the 4 years in college. So my oratorical skill is on point, Melvin. You know, I thank God for where I am in life as being a longshoreman. Of course, I made mistakes, and I'll make a ton of mistakes before I check out. But it's those experiences that makes us who and what we're growing into and who and what we are. And so if I had a chance to do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing, Melvin. I wouldn't change a thing. Newkirk and I, we actually did a book, and we're on book 2. But it's geared towards reaching at-risk youth. We're not glorifying that lifestyle that I once lived, but it's about really trying to save our youth, the black male in particular, from a life that could lead them to total destruction. Because what happens in this rap industry, they glorify the AK-47, the chopper, the stick. But this is the end result of that. Shot in the neck, missing a jawbone. This is the end result of that. My job enabled me to have a prosthesis, but when I do teen summits, children can identify with visualization, and they feel the energy in which I bring about that life because I live that. I watched a friend who had absolutely nothing to do with the madness in which I was in. I watched him clap. He was a rocket. I watched him being shot in the head and the top part of his head blown the fuck off. But his last words was, "Tell my mama." And to this day, I only think that he was trying to say, "Tell my mama I love her." So that lifestyle is one of destruction. But I thank God that even though it is one of destruction, we can always find God's hand somewhere in it if we only put the passion aside, because sometimes emotions can blind you towards the reality. But when we look close, we'll definitely find God's hand somewhere in it. And my prayer is that we as Cookman, a Cookman family, we get it together, and we will. We will. You know, after difficulty comes ease. And so we will experience an ease again. But right now we are facing some turbulent times. But look at what Dr. King said. Dr. King said that the ultimate measure of a man is not where you stand in a time of comfort and convenience, but where you stand in the moment of challenge and controversy. These are definitely some controversial times, but you know what? We'll get through it. Just as my mother always said, this too shall pass. And we'll be fine. Clap.
Come on, Clap.
Well, hell, after hearing all that, I don't do nothing. I just live. No. What I actually do is this. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I do something in life. But no, what I do, I have 3 businesses. My main business is on Tap Group. We provide business funding from $3,000 up to $50 million to businesses all across the United States. I have 1,300 teammates in 50 states, and that's what we do. I also have a life insurance company. I have a mortgage reduction company as well. We show people how to take their mortgages and other debts, and instead of paying off in 30 years, pay them off in 5 to 9 years so they can start building wealth. Before that, I was a physical education teacher and a coach, but the school system decided they didn't want me because I was trying to get drugs out of a school. They say, and that's cool. That's cool. I didn't have a problem doing that. You know, just talk about God, I'm going to say spiritually. You know, I've been able to do some things. I am thankful for that. And I'm thankful to be on here with you like-minded brothers who understand that we have to have a voice. We have to speak out, and we can't be scared. And it is many of us who feel the same way, but we have a lot more who need to go ahead and grow some nuts and say what needs to be said, not just for Cookman, but down here in South Florida, for the Virginia Key Trust that they abolished, for what's happening at FLOMO, for what's happening anywhere at any time that actually makes our diaspora fall behind the 8 ball. So I'm happy to be here with all you gentlemen. Mark, you know, you and I have had conversation in the past. I've always known you as a stand-up brother, you know, and I was a recipient my freshman year, some of those hits coming across the middle. But I still got up. That ain't shit, because he's a bull and I'm a rock.
Oh Lord. So
Mark, you want to go, baby, like you said, you want to tell me,
hey, Clap, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I used to put them hits on Melvin in practice too.
yeah, did. Listen, man, you talking about
bald now, Clap. I'm bald now.
You talking about crazy. Hey, Clap, you talking about crazy. Well, yeah, but listen, I appreciate you guys, man. And like I said, my bros, man, Devin, I appreciate you, man. You and Larry Frank, y'all keep doing y'all thing. Listen, Cookman family, please chime in. Anytime y'all see this post, y'all check. They get ready to come on with some great players and former players like O.J. Anderson, Chuck Foreman, Albert Bentley, Eddie Brown. They're bringing in some old school cats that's going to be on the U-Talk. And my former job, I used to be a stripper. So, and I just retired. You know what I'm saying? About 2 weeks ago.
Clap. Don't get him. Clap.
They call me delicious.
Hey,
They call me delicious. They call me delicious. My name delicious.
Hey, Melvin, Fifi need to pray for you, man.
Hey, listen, before we get off, y'all, we got a couple people that want to talk to you guys, all right? Give me something real quick. Need some fools, bro. Need some fools. Come on, man. Y'all go ahead and start calling, man. The line's open, man. I'm opening them up. Yeah. Look at these fools, man. All three of them. All three of them.
Hey, Clap. Hey, Mark. Remember the song "Scrub the Ground"? Hey, scrub the ground.
Hey, Melvin. Hey, Melvin. You miss your calling.
Caller, you know calling. Yeah, this Utah. Come on with it, man.
Utah, Devin, Larry. Hey, this your boy. This your boy from Lickendale. I see one of my favorite players on that mic. Mr. Melvin Brad, number 5. You know,
man, you said Mike Irvin first. You said Mike Irvin, man. Hey, hang up, man. You said Mike Irvin.
I think Mike. Hey, my bad, Mr. Brad. My bad, Mr. Brad.
I'm messing with you, dog. We good.
In respect. Hey, this is a great show tonight, man, and I'm thankful that you brought brought our homeboys. I see you got Mark Irvin and Mr. Clapp. You know, I seen Mr. Clapp talk about. I heard you talk about Lake Luzerne. I read that from the Bajas right there across the street in Carol City, right there, same area. But hey, this is a great show, and I'm glad Eddie did what he did. And like everybody's saying that his delivery part was kind of like a little different. But hey, we black folks, we understand his damn delivery, so don't get it twisted. You know, we understand the delivery, but I'm glad, you know, and foremost, I'm glad you brought your 2 homies on here, man, and they address things that a lot of us outside Bethune-Cookman University don't understand, you know. And, you know, although this is University of Miami channel, but they talk from Bethune-Cookman standpoint, and that's good for a lot of us on the outside looking in that we understand things a lot better, man. So I just did right there. Great show. I'm glad you guys came on. It's been a while. Hey, happy motherfucking New Year. I ain't heard y'all in a minute.
Happy New Year.
I want to talk some Miami stuff, but we talking about Bethune-Cookman right now, so I'll keep it right there for right now. But thanks for taking my call, man.
Oh, for sure, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Hey, we did get it. They did get rid of the OC today, I heard. So I guess that'll be another show next week for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we coming back in March, man. So get ready.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the show, man. Thanks for the show. I'll keep listening here and out.
Sure.
Appreciate it, homie.
All right.
Devin, who you next caller, Devin?
It's you talk, baby.
Come on. They want to talk, man. Come on, man. Delicious ready for y'all. Come on. Delicious on deck. Let's go.
Delicious.
Delicious, bro. That's $1 million.
I be thinking of Fred Sanford. I think about that episode of Fred Sanford when they was locked up there, and Fred, your boy grabbed Fred Sanford hand from the other cell and said, "Isn't he delicious?"
Wait. Hey,
I'm also. What's that?
You know, ever more, man. He delicious.
He cut out, Clap.
You broke up.
He Mr. Delicious. Mr. Delicious.
Clap. How you gonna come on the show talking pretty boy?
I said I gotta call you Delicious.
Hey, yeah, your new name is Delicious, Melvin. Fifi need to pray for you, man.
Look here. I'm putting my name in the list. I tell you that. Oh, hell no. We don't play that.
Hey, y'all, I got the number on the screen.
Oh, my goodness.
981-3997. If you want to talk to these gentlemen before we get off, you guys go ahead and call up. I'm going to bring Mr. Clapp back on so he can do an edition of winning at the game of life, so he can talk about his business a little bit more in depth. So we're gonna have him on You Talk Winning at the Game of Life. So definitely, I'm gonna set that up. I'm gonna bring back on Mr. Irvin as well on You Talk Winning at the Game of Life, y'all. So y'all get ready, it's coming.
That's cool. Hey man, anybody calling in, man? Everybody, we don't hit them in the mouth, man.
All right, well then, if that's it, man. Look here, we want to thank you guys for coming on, man. Mr. Mark Irvin, my guy, man. Mr. Melvin Brad is always in the cut. And Mr. Eugene Clapp. You Talk family, let's give him a round of applause, man. Let's do it.
Hey fam, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Hold on, we got a caller. Hold on, Delicious. You ain't going nowhere. Hold on.
Delicious.
It's You Talk. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Washington, D.C. What's up, Utah?
DC in the building. That's Jay Blade.
Brother
yes,
Jay.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to us, Blade. Y'all got the legends on, man.
Yes.
You gotta say this to get this service. Powerful thing. Actually, I'm in tears.
Tell Blaze to speak
louder,
up.
Blaze,
A little louder, brother Jay. A little louder.
Yeah. Come together.
Hey, ask Blaze is he Blaze?
Brother Blaze, you can talk a little louder. We can't hear you.
Yeah, my bad.
Cowboys got a Mr.
There you go.
It's real important to do these shows like this, man. A lot of people out here that need that type of leadership and need to hear from the older elders, and you gotta weed out, the people who ain't at heart with it. Like people, the brothers saying, you got other echelons taking money and just treating the people, doing things like that. Because it's been going for so long. But I appreciate y'all. Gotta have unity, like Ed Reed said. Real important.
Yeah. All right, bro.
That's all I gotta say, man. I appreciate y'all.
All right, fam.
All right, brother Jay.
Blaze, man.
Be good, bro.
Love you, brother.
If I may, I couldn't quite hear. I couldn't quite hear everything that he said, but one thing that I did hear, he mentioned about the elders. And when you think about it, the elders are to give us counsel, and the young man is for war. And I'm not speaking of a physical war. I'm speaking of the conflict factions of life. And we definitely do need the elders, but we need people in the age bracket of a Ed Reed to make the connection to the elders and the young folk, bring us together. And even if it's not Ed Reed, he has already done his job to get this thing going, to get the conversation going, and to start the healing process as well. So again, I do believe this too shall pass, and we will be okay. We'll definitely be okay, man. I'd like to thank you guys for inviting me.
Hold on, Mark. We're going to take one last call.
Gotcha.
It's You Talk. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
Benny Barrett, man, ATL, Georgia.
Man, Benny Barrett, what it do? What's going on, man?
It's You Talk, baby.
What's up?
Shout out to the legends on the panel there. Definitely big bro, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Kung Fu Panda himself.
Get it.
He got some new headphones for Christmas, I see.
Okay,
man,
Billy
shout out
Blade.
to
All right,
brother
Billy
Mr.
Blade.
Clapp and Mr. Irvin. Mr. Clapp and Mr. Irvin, man. Hey, listen, speaking your truth about what's going on, we as brothers, as brothers that has been somewhere and done some things, it's important to spread your story. Because, we sometimes get involved and say, you know what, ain't no sense in me telling these hard-headed, knucklehead kids nothing, they ain't going to learn nothing. But if we can just get a hold of one and one make it, change his life or her life, and becomes a domino effect. And what's going on at Bethune-Cookman? I have a nieces at Bethune-Cookman. Me and Devin got nieces there. We reached out to her yesterday, and she was telling us about the protesting that was going on today at 12 o'clock, and it's a big thing down there. And we have to open our eyes and see, what can I do to help change, to affect change. And we have to put our best foot forward and not be scared and say, you know what, I'm going to do my part. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like you brothers are doing that. And I applaud y'all, and I ask y'all continue to do that, and let's continue to spread the word. And I appreciate y'all coming on tonight, giving us some good information about what has happened back in the day. So the saying is so true. There's nothing new underneath the sun. This has been going on. It's just now getting exposed. You know what I'm saying? So now that the covers and the veil is coming off, now what are we going to do about it? What are they going to do about it? They're going to have to do something. You know what I'm saying? So when you don't try to do something, you become in agreement to what's going on. And thank you for you brothers coming on and say, hey, no, we're not agreeing with that. It was wrong. You got to call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? So it was good information for y'all to put out there for us tonight. It was a great show, Devin and Larry Frank, and definitely Mr. Mel Bratton. We definitely appreciate y'all, and keep doing what y'all doing.
That's what's up. Appreciate it, Billy.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Now, Mr. Clapp, you was talking about you kind of blinking in and out about your handle and what you're all the way into. Can you repeat that one more time for us? I don't know if everybody else blinked in and out, but I know it was in and out on my end.
He was talking about your business, Mr. Clapp. I think Mr. Clapp done froze up. I think his screen is froze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he froze. Oh, no, there you go. You know, Mr. Clapp, you can hear us?
So it's not on
He
your
blinked.
end from.
No, I can't.
Still freezing. Still freezing.
But business-wise, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's freezing up.
He's freezing up. Okay, I'm not gonna hold it.
I get his information and I pass it on to you, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, my brothers. Y'all be
I'm
safe.
still
Have a
fading
good night,
in.
man.
Yeah. What I'll do that I going in and out.
Going in and out. Okay.
Yeah, you're going in and out. I'm gonna get your information.
Billy.
Chopped and screwed.
Hey, Billy, what we'll do is Devin's going to have him on another show, you know what I'm saying, for entrepreneur show. And that way he does business loans, you know what I'm saying, from 3,000 to 50 million. And what we'll do is just have, a one-on-one with him so he can educate, you know what I'm saying, all you business owners, and also hear Mark's story. Mark, what's the name of your book that's out right now with your new Kurt guy?
Yes, that is called Balling Both Sides of a Real and Deadly Game. Book 2 is on its way. Again, that's Balling Both Sides of a Real and Deadly Game. However, there is a subchapter to that, a subtitle to that, which is Struggling to Restore Order After a Life of Chaos. That second book deals with us. Did you hear me?
That's good. Yeah, that's good. No, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
What platform is your book on, Mr. Irvin?
Well, you can actually get that book at soulqueens.com. That's SOLEQUEENS, which is Roy Newkirk's store. In fact, I think it would be a beautiful thing if you could have him as well on this podcast, because he's a brilliant mind.
Very
extremely brilliant. He has 3 stores, one in Tallahassee, one in Gainesville, and the other is in Tampa. And he's looking to open up 12 more. So he's looking to open up a total of 15 stores. He has so much to say, very insightful. Please reach out to this brother, or I could give.
I set it up. I set it up. Yeah, I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, listen, family, I'm gonna do the Michael Jackson. I'm gonna beat it. I love y'all, bro, and appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, as far as that. And Clap, you hold it down over there, man. Listen, man, stay out of Toys R Us buying headphones and shit like that, bro. Because you, man, listen. Hey, get you a new booster. You need to get you a new booster because where she's stealing from, but it ain't no good. Clap.
You know what? But boy,
what?
Over here is Facebook.
We losing Mr. Cloud.
Yeah.
Facebook. Hey, see look at that. That book right there. That book. That's that.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone, man. But hey, y'all, listen.
What happened? I'm back. I'm back.
We love you guys, man. We appreciate you guys coming on the show. And like we say, we're definitely going to bring you back for the You Talk Winning at the Game of Life. We're going to bring you guys back so you can promote the business. And we do more to talk about just football, y'all. This is what we do. We promote small businesses, black businesses, entrepreneurship, and that's what it's all about. So one last time, man, let's get a panel a round of applause.
Hey, Devin. Hey, Dev. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm. All right, in closing, tell Jay Blaze he sound like a funeral home director.
Blaze, that's your boy. That's your homeboy. Now you see how you. I ain't saying.
Oh, man.
Man, we out, man. You look at these fools laughing at y'all, man. Y'all stupid, man.
All right, bro.
Everybody, man, it's love, man. Y'all take care. Everybody enjoy your week. Stay safe. We love you. We coming back in March. Y'all take care. We out.
Y'all want to show some love, give some support to my boy Devin, founder of You Talk Nation. Continuous success, brother. And all I got to say is, it ain't no me without you, baby.
Ain't no me without you, baby.
It ain't no me without you, baby.
Yeah. You Talk, it's the Bieber Show. Look, you talk, let the people know. Look, yeah.
This is hurricane season. Only legends come up out there, you like Chris and Teigen. Name a letter better, W, that's what we preaching. Hurricane force winds whenever we breezing. Got rings for a reason. Look, we treat a gator like the swamp people. And Seminoles like the block people. And for my dogs, I will drop people. Just being frank, I got they flank like a cornerback. And I ain't even much a Florida cat. But hurricanes, I know more of that than most. Cause I seen them turn our houses into boats. That's that real talk, baby. I hope you was taking notes. That's the real talk, baby. Yellow Nation, coast to coast. It's that You Talk.
Yeah.
It's You Talk, baby.
Yeah.
It's You Talk, baby.
#1 podcast.